Hey everyone, Thyworm here. Today let's talk about the Ascent. It has a release date now, a very suspicious bot on Twitter, hardly any information available whatsoever, and still, or maybe because of it, I'm excited. And if you are too and you like the video and you like this sort of stuff, consider liking or subscribing, it really helps out. Today we're going to start off with a wise man who once said, "The less you know about a game, the more hype there is around it." I believe this statement to be true. I do feel indeed that there is a lot of hype around the Ascent while we know hardly anything about it. There is some stuff in this video, but it's all I could dig up. And hype? I mean, sure, within certain boundaries, because we're not talking about ashes of creation here. I'd say within the top-down twin-stick ARPG shooter genre, quite a niche market, I admit. I feel the wheels are turning. It stirs. Maybe the Swedes are cooking up something nice, which would be a first, let's face it. Alright, after insulting the entirety of Sweden, let's look at this peculiar game studio, Neon Giant. Swedish, in case you're wondering. Their official website really doesn't tell you all that much, it's just 11 devs. But at least it's clear that there is a lot of experience, according to the website. Then, the story. In this cyberpunk world, on the planet of Velas, there is this massive tower and it's controlled by the Ascent, a big corporation, until it's not. Until the Ascent shuts down operations, sends in the boys and cleans up the mess. Under normal circumstances, if we can speak about something like that, most citizens, called indens, are slaving their life away. For some reason, life in the tower is better than life outside of it. Wasting your life away in the service of a mega corporation apparently beats the alternative, whatever that alternative may be. I do find the narrative, also presented in various trailers, quite enticing. The whole setup reminds me of Judge Dredd, the remake, which I thought was a really enjoyable movie with a good ambience as well. There, the judge and jury and executioner is coming in guns blazing to rid a tower of a criminal. She lives on the top floor, Dredd starts at the bottom and literally works his way up until the final showdown. And here in the Ascent, you clean up the tower, probably one floor after another, with the help of your buddies or just by yourself. You can play single player or co-op after all. The game features quite a bit of character customization. You have weapons and armor, of course, but also hairstyles, implants, other tools, and a cyber deck, which you can use to hack systems. Very cyberpunky. The Ascent has a few unique aspects you normally don't really see in twin-stick shooters, like cutscenes, different camera angles, and a living world. I guess maybe in a game like Darksiders Genesis you had at least the cutscenes and also some camera angles, but not so much a living world. It was quite dead, in fact, you might even call it undead. But here, in the Ascent, especially the living world plays a big role. And if you look at other twin-stick shooters, be it Pagan Online or Kill Squad or Solar Purge, all of these games have levels that are very instanced. You select a contract or side quest, you get a loading screen, and then you do the mission in a separate zone. A world, and definitely not an open world or a living world, are never part of that equation. The Ascent takes a very different route here, which could be super cool and interesting. They go so far as to say that the world itself is the main character of the game. They placed NPCs in there that respond to what you do and probably to your achievements and decisions, and if they really focus their attention on the world around you in making that a dynamic and responsive world and making you therefore feel immersed in this world, that would be a massive achievement in a game like this. That normally really only happens in RPGs like Skyrim or The Witcher, which have these worlds where you're completely enveloped by everything that happens. Assassin's Creed is another good example, or of course Cyberpunk 2077. Another interesting feature is the ability to shoot high and low or aim high and low. Normally there's no such thing in a twin-stick shooter, you just aim. But in this case, aiming high allows you to shoot over certain objects, and therefore you can also take cover behind certain objects. It's a twin-stick shooter with a cover system, which once again sounds pretty cool. Something that I noticed in both the gameplay and the trailers was some amazing level design as well. They're never going going to show you boring level design, of course, in the trailer, so take this with a grain of salt, I guess, but regardless, I am impressed by the way this looks. The music is also top notch, it fits the scenes super well. Yeah, it just looks pretty slick, all things considered. The Ascent is coming out on July 29th for €30, which is half the price of a AAA game in the Netherlands. I would say that's a very fair price. I'm excited, actually. This stuff looks very promising. I'm wondering if you're excited too, what your thoughts are, and if you're looking forward to something like this. So let me know in the comments. That's it. See you soon. Love you all. Bye bye.